Well, welcome back, and we're moving to part 5, and we are going to create the base plate and also to create a splice joint between the column between these two columns that we'll split it into two and create a splice joint. And before that, let's first of all create a base plate before we populate this along the length of this particular hanger. So let me pick on the base plate right there. And I'm going to pick on the column where I pick that column. So once I pick the column, I think the base plate will be created. Just give some time, and the base plate will be created right there. So, and if I right click, I'll be able to see that in place. So this is a default gasket plate or base plate. So we don't need all these unnecessary steel placed at the bottom end here. So I just pick any part of that, then press letter M on my keyboard right there, and I'll be able to change that if the editor dialog box comes, and we just give it some time to load. And in here we have the editor dialog box for the base plate. And if you have any preset here, you can always go ahead and load and click apply. And if that works best, that is not the best. And we'll go further and modify that as to match the requirements of our choice. So let's give some time to load everything. It's still working, and there we are. It has been placed, and it's a very simple one. And I can go ahead and click apply and give it an OK. So I'll do the same thing in here. I'll do the same thing here, and if I come here, I'll be able to just to do the same and click apply. Click the base plate or click the column. So there are very many tools that I'll show the shortcuts on how to do. And instead of coming and clicking the same column and create the same connection, there is an IntelliConnect that will help us in creating such a thing. So those will come in step by step on how we can do that. Auto connection or IntelliConnect tool. So if I right click and terminate that command by clicking interrupt, I'll pick any part of this particular connection or base plate, press letter M and click and press enter, and this will bring up to us the editor dialog box. So inside there we'll be able to edit or customize the actual settings of our preference for a base plate of this particular structure. So let's give some time for the editor dialog box to come, and we'll be able to key in. And fortunately we have it in place, and here we are. I'm going to load the same. So once I've picked that, I'm going to click load and click apply. So once I've clicked apply, it will process all the information that has been saved here as a preset or a macro preset, and they will be placed here or will be used as our gasket plate here. So just give some time to process that information, and we'll be able to go ahead, and we have that in place already done. Now, as I had showed you before, that this column is super high, is super tall. I mean it's lengthy, and we need to chop it into two sections and splice the joints, splice the connections. So how do you do that? I'm going to select this column, then come to edit. So once I'm in edit, I'll come to edit frame here, then pick break frame. So I'm going to break this frame right in the middle. So let me just mouse over any part here. So that is the middle. I click on that middle here. You can see it has been split into two. So that there are two sections here. So I'll come here and do the same thing, and just mouse over in any part of this particular column. Let me just mouse out, and we'll snap at the middle right there. So we have these in place. Same thing here. We have the truss, and this truss we cannot install it with that full height of 30 meters. That will be extraordinary kind of installation. So what we will do, we are going to also split this truss into two, so that we'll splice the joint, so that when the crane is lifting the connection, lifting this side, it will be bolted, and be held here, and this side will also be lifted and bolted, and there will be splice connected in between here. So let's create a cut that will cut off this side, so that will enable the lifting or installation of this vertical truss very easy. So I'll come to edit frame here and pick on brick frame. So I'm going to pick this top chord here. Then you see, if I mouse over here, I'm not able to snap on any point here. So to activate the snapping points, just press Control, and the moment you snap on any point, just click on it, and you'll have that point broken down or snapped. So if or cut off. So if I click on this strat here, I'm not able to snap on any part here. So let me just press Control and select on that spot. So we'll break that into two. So I'll do the same thing here. Select on this bottom chord here and press Control and click on that spot. So we have that broken into two. So first of all, let's begin with splicing our truss, so that the erection or the installation will be done with ease. So I'll come to splice joints here. Let me just scroll to splice connection here and come to splice, the first option here. So I'll pick this and that, and we'll have a splice connection right there. So if I come here, pick that strat and pick on that, and we'll have a splice connection right there. And if I pick on this and pick on that, we'll have a splice connection right there. So that this will be separate sections. So when we do the installation, this will be erected first, then this will come whichever way directors will decide on which side need to be done first. But normally the lightest to hold will be this will be erected first or installed first. So let's first of all create another connection here, a splice joint connection. So I'll pick on this and pick on that, and we have a splice connection right there. So we go the other end and click on that and click on that, and you have a splice joint right there. So what we need to do now is to select everything or press Control A. So when we've selected the Control A, we have everything selected, and we want to populate this along the full length of our hanger. So I'm going to right click and come to Spatial Copy here and pick on Linear. So the interval and center to center of each bay is 6 meters. So first of all, we'll define that and just mouse over on the first selection here. So the moment you see a small red snap is a clear indication that we've snapped accurately on the right location. So if I click on that and zoom out and target the next spot, so I'm going to define this as 6 meters. Let me just zoom out so that you'll be able to see the whole process taking place. I'll mouse over here, that will be 6 meters. So once I click on that 6 meters, you'll be able to see on the copy dialog box, you can see on the x-axis we have 6 meters already highlighted here. So how many do you want? We have counts here, since we have this one in place. And if you prefer counting one by one, you can start by 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10. So I can go here and just increase that up to 10, and I can go ahead and click copy, because we are moving the positive direction of x-axis. So if I click on 10, click copy, I'll be able to copy all those along the x-axis. So let's just give some time to process that information, and we'll go ahead and see how things work simply or simpler in COMOSYS 2024. We are on the last stage and everything is complete, and you can see we can go ahead and click close. So then want to click on close and try rotate this. You can see we have copied everything, and we have the whole structure in place, and our all columns and everything in place. So by default, when you do the erection on site, you see the truss will not be able to stand alone like this. So normally when you do the installation of columns first, you start by tying the beams together. So the tie beam will be created first, so that when you erect or when you install the trusses, they will not be able to wobble or shake in anyhowly. So in here we began with placing the truss first, but on site we'll put the tie beam first before we install the trusses. So that's how we've done, and I hope you've learned something and you'll try that by yourself in COMOSYS 2024. See how easy and very interesting to use COMOSYS 24. Please try that and share with me whether you're comfortable, and I'll be able to assist. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm Morris Dimba. Bye bye.